Alright, let's talk about one of the biggest jokes in the entirety of the Invincible multiverse, Mustache Mark. In this alternate universe, Mark Grayson actually went full Viltrumite, embracing their brutal ways and all that power that comes along with it. It sounds terrifying when you first think about it, but a ruthless, fully trained Mark Grayson should really be unstoppable. Except he wasn't. Instead of this version of Mark, dubbed Mustache Mark, being like a big threat, he comes in, makes a very grand debut and very grand entrance, not even like fully when he has to deal with his fight against Tech Jacket, looking like, he was about to tear this place apart, only to get absolutely and completely bodied by Tech Jacket himself. That's right, a guy who's usually a side character in Invincible absolutely mops the floor with a Viltrumite. This is absolutely so embarrassing, and this Mark variant might actively be the most useless version of Mark that I've ever seen. Because why is he so useless? You might be wondering. Because look at this. Like, being a Viltrumite is supposed to mean, something. It's supposed to mean something. It comes with an insane amount of strength, durability, and combat skill. But apparently, nobody gave Mustache Mark the memo. Like, this dude strutted in full of typical Viltrumite arrogance, like thinking that he'd make some kind of work with Tech Jacket, and then he got humbled in record time. Unlike our main Mark, who learns from his mistakes and, gets stronger with every battle, Mustache Mark just lost. No second wind, no tactical adjustment, just straight up beat down, and it was absolutely devastating. Not even like for like us because we're obviously rooting for them to lose, but it's just absolutely hilarious due to the fact that they're supposed to be a little stronger than this. It's like watching someone enter a boxing match without realizing that they're the underdog. Like, we were just completely like taken aback by the fact that how are you, a Viltrumite, supposed to be losing to humans first of all, or someone in a battle suit? It just doesn't make sense because across the multiverse, this honestly might just be the biggest sell of any Mark Grayson. Maybe we kind of have a couple other debaters and like a couple other contenders for that specific fact that I might have to talk about individually. But we at least know across the multiverse, Mark Graysons usually tend to have some credibility at least. Even the evil ones usually manage to put up a fight. But Mustache Mark, he fumbled the Viltrumite bag harder than anyone that I could think of, at least right now. Because just imagine, you're a part of the most feared warrior race in the galaxy. You've got insane powers, and somehow you still manage to get dunked on by a guy with a fancy battle suit. Even Omni-Man, who's had his fair share of, disappointing kids in terms of, all of the universes or whatever, would still shake his head at this one. Mustache Mark has single-handedly proven that not every Viltrumite is built for war, and it is just absolutely hilarious when you think about it. Because we really just have to think about all of the marks that we've seen. Sinister Mark, like Shiesty Mark, or whatever you guys want to call the rest of them. We see that usually, most of them have some kind of credibility. Most of them actually have some kind of fear to their name. They actually all have some kind of thing that they can do that we're like, okay, this guy's got aura, this guy's got some sauce, or whatever. But this Mark was like, let me fight this guy, and then proceeds to be in space to only get bodied. And then you literally see his fingers just completely torn up. Like, you see his entire body just in absolute gutter. And you're just like, this is actually so disappointing, and this is actually like so useless as a character. Because how do you get trained by Viltrumites and lose this fight when you should be a very battle hardened warrior like any other Viltrumite would possibly be? But let's actively entertain another idea for at least a second. Could Mustache Mark could he have actually been more than just a walking L? Maybe. If he actually trained, studied his opponents, or at least learned from his humiliating defeat, he could have at least made a name for himself besides being a cosmic level punching bag. Like, he has like been trained supposedly by Viltrumites, and he has the mustache obviously to prove it. So we should have been able to see this man at least put in some kind of actual big challenge. The real Mark, consistently evolves through struggle, but why is Mustache Mark, so different? Like, obviously this was just a solo fight, but he's someone who should have had a lot more training than this. And so what if, like, what if he got a redemption arc? Maybe, but we already know what's bound to happen if you guys have read any of the comics. But Either way, at the end of the day, easily Mustache Mark is probably one of the most useless Invincible variants out there. If you're going to betray Earth and fully embrace the Viltrumite cause, at least be good at it. Like, instead, he served as a lesson in overconfidence, proving that raw power means absolutely nothing if you do not know how to use it. But what do you think? Is there a worse Mark floating around in the multiverse? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you guys did like this video, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.